Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the course. It's been about 7 days since I got the chatter up and running on the account, and I got the VA posting as well. So I'm going to go through what's happened, everything new with the account pretty much. And as you can see on the insides, it's been pretty good. So it was definitely a telling sign that I was holding the business back. And it's really important to note how you know if you're the one holding the business back or is it something else, right? And I think this is really good proof that it was in fact me, which makes a lot of sense because I barely had time to do anything. I was a little bit consistent at the start with posting and chatting, but I wasn't able to keep that up. So yeah, if you look at the insights, you can see exactly when they started. They started on the 4th of August. I was warming up IKDF and George as well, just so I don't lose those valuable customers. And you can see it's been really, really good and consistent. And then today, Chatter isn't online. His working hours are about 7 p.m. UK time, and it's a 12-hour shift, so 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it's a 12-hour shift. Those are the times where the people are most active. I've had a lot of new subs, especially now that marketing isn't an issue. So I will go through the subs now. Okay, so you can see in the chat, I'm going to start it off with the new ones. So we'll start on Quiet Falcon. So Geeky came. I'll go through the sub. So he came 4th of August. Hey, thanks for subscribing. How this? So basically, what I told the guy to do, what I told the chat to do, is because I know how to chat and I want to give my chat as a system, because they're not really smart. They're not really critical thinkers, right? So it's my job to make their job as easy as possible. So I give them a step-by-step script to follow, which is send one for free. It's exactly what I said in the previous script video. Send one for free. Said, what else do I get for the sub? The charts, so he says on me, thanks for subscribing. Again, some charts have specific chatting styles. This is something I'm not going to tell him not to do. I'm not a fan of emojis and and all of the messages, but some charts are just trained like that, and it's hard to get them to quit that. And he said, nice, what else do I get for the sub? I said the full feed. So yeah, I'm posting feed posts. They're all safe for work. And the exclusives here start at $9.99. So, it's not the best. But to be fair, if that's what he asked, it's a reasonable response. I would probably say something along those lines as well. Maybe in a slightly better way. But that's just something I'm going to give as feedback to the chatter so he improves next time. He says, why is it a lot? I already paid for the sub. And then he said, the sub covers the feed. This is exclusive content. It seems to be steep to top off the subscription, honestly. I get that. I could do $4.99 for the first one. He said, no, you're right. No problem. The fees all yours either way. I'm not happy with the fact that he closed it just like that. You always want to leave a chat open. Either way, you never want to close it off like that, because you can always make a sale. Even $9.99 is good to make, because every little bit counts, especially when your goal is only $10,000 per month. Every little bit counts. So I'm going to go to Restless Heron. So I'll go to the top. It says, hi there. Hey, how's your evening going? It says, not bad, just in front of the telly. Anything good on? It said, no, not really, that's why I'm on here. Say, hi, I'll take it. I think this is a lack of great understanding in English, because I'll take it doesn't really apply to this. But again, it's just more feedback I'll have to give to the chatter. Here's a free one to say welcome, X, and then free welcome. Again, he does speak good English, but I'm not sure why it was like this. Maybe this specifically he's just done before and it's worked in the past. but it's not actually good. You say, trees us around that. We can tell he's from England because you can say just from the telly, trees us around that. That's very English thing, and this is why it's hard having chatters, right? Because they wouldn't know that. If it was me, I would bring up something about Britain, right? To get the chat flowing, get conversation going. And I said, and then he said, "There's a much better one for 999 if you want." I said, "The better one, X 999 will pay." Said, alright, because the subs are fee, this extra stuff, that's how it works on here. Didn't realise that when I signed up, to be honest, that's fair. It's not tell you what for now. So yeah, here's the thing. Hiring a chatter is, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but it's like a double-edged sword. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so it's good on the one hand, it's good because he will listen to what you say and just listen. On the other hand, he will only listen blindly to what you say. So literally, I told him, if you get any sort of rejection, just give a little discount. And this isn't even the rejection. And again, this is the explanation I told him. And again, just following it blindly, it's all right. But what I don't like is repetitive chats, because when you have repetitive chats, it's bad because that means, because if you're having a repetitive chat, they're having the same chat with another model. It's the goal to stand out. You can see it literally the same thing happened. I already paid the sub though, and the same thing on this one. And he said the sub, and he said this, and then the same guy said that, and then he gave the discount. At least this guy paid the discount, but it's very repetitive. So one thing I need to work on is changing it up, chatting a bit more, because I don't like how this is going. Yes, they are low spenders, right? But I still want to train the chatter to handle this, just to rinse what they can, because he could have done that for $9.99. He would have paid $9.99. So $9.99, and then he said, "I'll 60 fee for now. I think money's out. Of course, no pressure at all. The fee's yours anyway. Enjoy it. Appreciate you not being pushy. Never, Night X." Again, ending it abruptly, not following up. Few things to have a look at. Again, hello, hey you, welcome. Here's a free 1X. Getting again, it's annoying because I told him this, so I can't even be upset with him because I told him to do this. But he needs more of an intro. He needs to get to know the person more, and it's just simply part of the feedback I'll give him. Thank you. Want to see more? The next one's $9.99. Because obviously I gave him the training content. Obviously I have a bunch of training content for the chatters. And then because it was on this account, I gave him very specific instructions for Georgian IKDF. But he's been applying that to everyone else. And it is my fault because I didn't make it clear not to apply it to everyone else. But I'll be fixing that anyway. I just let him run it for a week, and I'll be giving them updates on that. It says, it wants money, not really what I signed up for. No thanks, I'll just look the feed. I can do first one, and yeah, again, same thing. Honestly, these three, when I saw these chats, I thought it was the same person subbing to try and get a pay-per-view sent for free. And I don't understand because they all said the same thing. It's very strange. And this one says, "Hey, how are you? Good, thanks for some. Again, how's your evening? Alright, just finished right. That's good. Just getting to know a bit." But then he drops, "Late one here, freebie for you. Nice one. Do you send more pics? Loads. This set's $9.99. I don't know how he paid. I don't know how he paid for that. Is it glad you liked the videos? $19.99 if you want to see more." Again, he's just jumping straight to without much chat in between. And then yeah, that's it. He didn't want to buy more. The pick was enough for him. This one did well. He did well on this one. He says, "Hey, gorgeous." So again, you can see why he did well, because he's been chatting a bit more. That's why. "Hey, gorgeous. Hey, you thanks for subscribing. Been following the free page for months. Finally caved. Months? What finally did it? The one you posted Sunday, that was unfair. That was the plan. By the way, Danny, morning shift, I'm just killing time. What do you do? Well, supervisor, again, finding out what job he's doing. This is what I told him. Well, so 4am starts, number 1. 4am is criminal, I'm barely conscious before 10. Somehow his English is amazing here. And then when he's sending pay-per-views, it's terrible. I did message him after I seen these chats, and I told him to lock in a bit, so it might have been that. You're used to sort of, not really, okay. Well, have this, it might make the trip worth it. Send a freebie, welcome. That would do it. Again, this welcome, it's just a bad trait that he's got. That would do it. Told you, there's a lot more where that came from. Go on then, what's the... Strange. I guess he's experienced in the space. This one's like 999. I'm not going to fleece you on your first day. How does he know this lingo from the Philippines? And then he says freebie welcome. This is why chatters are. It's always a good laugh seeing how they speak. This one's only 999. Says alright, that was good value. See how nice. You're dangerous is what you are. This is good chats. I'm really happy with this. I'm not happy with this because he just jumped straight into that one. It says right, I'm investing out. It said good. What are you doing with the rest of the day? Nothing. This apparently. It says best plan I've heard all week. And then he jumps again. 4 does. And he says worth it. You're worth it. Stop it. Alright, the next one is generally my best. How much? This is 699. I'd say it's the best. Again, I don't like doing this. I'd rather just, if it says how much, I send the pay-per-view. Just so it's there. Because you see the message and then the pay-per-view, it was more friction. But he does pay it. He says, yeah, okay, that was worth money. And then good, he's following up. Morning, Danny, survived the 4am. And he's linking it back to the chat. I'm very happy with this. Barely, what have you got for me? And he's straight into it. There's a 12-minute one for 999 if you want the full thing. He said, that's a bit much for me. Sorry, warehouse money, not bank money. No worries. I'd rather you be honest than... What the fuck? I'd rather you were honest than skint. Appreciate that. Tell you what, 74999, and this is yours. You've been good company. What I'm not happy about is this. This looks like an AI dash. I think anyone who uses AI to create text knows what an AI dash is. So what this tells me is that he is using ChatGPT, I'm guessing, or some sort of AI to respond, which I don't have the biggest issue with, as long as it helps. But I want to know that he's chatting himself and he's using his skills, because ChatGPT doesn't have the best skills. So that's another thing I have to have a word with him on. It says this, but I mean, at the end of the day, he paid, so go on then. That's me done for the month though. Haha. I'll be renting one next time. Go. That's just a bit of a laugh. Night or morning, whatever this is. Let's see what done here. Okay. I guess he said he's done for the month, so that's probably why he's not followed up. But you should still follow up. Keep going. This guy. That's it. This guy was really good. He got a really high pay-per-view sale there. Just subscribe. Thanks for subscribing. And he said, I didn't expect an actual reply. I reply to everyone. I'd rather talk to people than just posting this video. What's your name? Marcus. And you're obviously that's nice to meet you, Marcus. Leeds. You can see I'm getting a lot of UK here. And then bang. Bang. Oh, I have to blur this message out because I believe it'll be taken out for YouTube. But I mean, the main thing was about what do you do, but he added in a weird part there. And he says, project man, construction, bit boring. Ding, 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 money signs, ching. Not boring at all. My dad was a builder, long hours. 6 most days, that's why I'm here on a 2 p.m. on Tuesday, day off. Well, I'm glad you're spending it with me. Here, have this one on me. You're welcome. Again, welcome gift. Fucking hell. On me. Well, that's a nice start. I thought you like one. It's from a set I shot last week I don't like this. It's too professional. Needs to stick to the college goal plan. Again, I gave him the training material. I gave him the sort of story about this model, and he failed here. So again, just something I have to let him know so he doesn't do it again. I'm not super harsh on my chatters. I'd say I'm quite understanding. I just let them know what mistakes they're doing and what to do in the future. Generally, that works the best. I know some people, they shout, they offer, I'm going to fire you, I'm going to find your family, I'm going to find your home, whatnot. This has always worked for me. How often do you shoot? And okay, so this is the issue. He's now creating a second persona for this specific chat, which every time he comes back to, he needs to remember that and not mess up. If he messes up, he's gone. He does have notes, private notes on each of these chats, so he should be able to remember and just look at the notes every time he comes here. But still, that's not the way you should be chatting. Nonetheless, I actually really enjoy it. I just feel like what I want to say is that comes across honestly. You seem like you enjoy it. That's such a nice thing to say. I've got weird. But to be fair, that's probably he would probably understand the message like that, because he barely speaks. So he says 999 again. I don't like said only 99. I don't like that. I'd rather you send this here in the pay-per-view. Says what again? And so it gets better as it goes. I was in a very good mood that day. Go on then, bang a bit further. You're going to be expensive, aren't you? I said only if you let me. I promise I'm not pushy. Tell me to stop whenever. Nah, you're right. Honestly, this is the most fun I've had all week. That's it. Sad. No. He took it well, but like, you can never make them feel bad. Oh, you don't say this on a pay-per-view they haven't even unlocked. Because obviously he sends it and it's still locked. And you have to wait until it's unlocked. Again, you're gorgeous, genuinely. You're going to make me blush. The next one's my favourite thing from the day. Why is it your favourite? Because I wasn't performing in it, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't performing in it, if that makes sense. It's just me. That does make sense, actually. You know what? I will give sort of leniency, as much as this makes absolutely zero sense. Probably when you guys see my chats, they don't make sense to you. Unless you're there in the moment chatting, you won't know what will make sense. I'm probably missing out that, so that's probably just it, but this makes no sense to me. My favourite one, yeah, I see what you mean, that was different. See, you get it, the full length version is 9999, 12 minutes, that's a big jump. It is, but the whole thing rather than the clip, no pressure, I would love talking to you either way. Go on, you've earned it with the chat alone. 12 minutes, nothing held back. Incredible, right, I need to go make dinner, go on then, what are you making? He's just gone then, he's copying what he's saying, like, come on, mate. Something out of a jar, probably. Tragic. Message me tomorrow and tell me what it was. It was a jar. You were right. I knew. This is really strange. Again, like I said, every time I see someone else chatting, it's really strange to me. I just don't see how it works, but it works. Long site inspection run over. Thought about you a fair bit though. Did you now? What were you thinking? See, this is it. I read it first like, did you now? Which doesn't make sense. But if you say it like, did you now? Then it makes a bit more sense. That's probably what I'm missing in the previous ones. And they said, use your imagination. Oh, I am. Do you do customs? I keep meaning to ask if that's your thing. Poor communication, needs fixing. What does a custom involve? You tell me exactly what you want, I film it just for you, you're naming it. So this is something I told him to do. I did tell him to explain that if you get someone who pays high, try get them to buy some customs. So we have a bunch of customs and we can just charge a premium on them, and they're very, very easy to make. Cool, so all good night, Marcus. Been thinking about that custom. I was hoping you would tell me what you want. Something with my name in it. 10 minutes and don't rush it. I never rush. That's 199. I can film it tonight while the house ends. Tonight works perfect. Give me a couple of hours. X. See, this is yeah. I guess it was he paid, and then he did follow up. That was worth every penny. And he I missed it. He replied the next day, or just 12 past midnight. I guess it was a 10-minute video, so it needed time to watch it and probably do whatever with it. Of course, I said you paid for it, and I like you. That helps. Morning. Can we do a longer one? Strange, like he says, morning at 8, and I don't know if he was in the UK or not. Someone's keen. How long are we talking? 20 minutes, same again, but more. 20 minutes is $2.99 maybe. It's a lot of filming. I could do it. Bang, and he's paid. Night Marcus. Yeah, okay, that's why it was the next day, because he sent it at midnight. He needs to follow up on this. He needs to start chatting again. This one was decent. Sparky, again, another guy from England, Sparky, self-employed. Today I've been aloft with no solution in August. Oh god, that sounds horrible. It was about 45 degrees up there, lost half a set. You want to sit down, have this one free. Bed in the loft. Okay, cool, fair play, that's what I've done. How do you get that? Alright, that's me hooked. 999. Saturday from the morning free. I already do this tonight. But yeah, very good. What's after that? A bit rich for so I get this will kill me. I'll say no 1.99 for you. That's what I can do. So are you going? Shit. Done by 11. Then pop. As you can see, like, not this again. Another. This is English culture, right? This is why English fans are good, but you don't. They're not what you're aiming for. You're always aiming for US, because again, the Europeans are smart with their money, right? Especially if they work jobs like these guys. They will spend, but they know when to stop, right? And they know when enough is enough. And yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you next week. Cares about tomorrow, can do a long one. Brent made my week. He's doing customs. This guy. Okay. George. That's good. I'm happy he did this. $29.99, just so it doesn't look like we're rinsing him. At least he did for $29.99. Yeah, he's loving these, because we actually he's really everyone's loving these new videos. There's a new method that we're teaching on how to make NSFW videos. You make up to 40-second videos with sound, and it's so good. We teach it in our mentorship, and yeah, it's really good. We got this guy, spent $150, teacher's wages and all. Again, the AI dash, not happy with it, but spent enough this week, honestly. Okay, this guy spent. Is it maybe next week? But it's. Oh, they edit that out. And then earlier as well. Appreciate anytime I'm with this customer. Bang. Lots of spending. And it says big one this time. Custom 15 minutes. Dom. You pick the toys, but say my name throughout. 15 minutes. I can have it tomorrow night. Fine. Need it before Thursday. Bang. Spending. Really happy with this. And that's why you get a chatter. It's really good. But again, you only get it once you do this. You don't have to do this. You can do half of this or quarter of this. But as long as you've got something along these lines, then look to hire a chatter. And only look to hire a chatter if you yourself are finding that you're limited with the amount of time that you're spending. Because if you're not, then do it yourself. You got to do the work. If you don't have much time, then yes, hire a chatter, hire a VA, and all that. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll give you another update. So pretty much when you do end up getting chatters like this, again, I'm doing it as if I don't have a chatting manager going through anything. I'm going through everything myself. So when you do that, you need to be going through things, even a weekly basis is too long. Has to be quicker than weekly. Has to be quicker than a weekly basis, because I didn't like how he was tracking the first set, 5, 6, 7 days ago. I told him, and he fixed it that week. Literally the next day, he made a bunch of sales. It could have just been a coincidence that that day Wales came in, because those were all new subs, of course. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you want to get results like this, because again, like I said, we teach this, we do this ourselves. This is YouTube video proof. I forgot, I haven't done this in a while, but I'll come here. You can see I move my mouse, come over to the refresh button, I refresh, and come here. And yeah, it's really good. He's going to have his next shift in about an hour and a half. Again, if you want to get results like this, what I'm doing is exactly what we teach. No matter where you are, you could be from Europe, from America, from Asia, anywhere, you can get results like this. My results are obviously heightened because I know exactly what I'm doing and what to do. Your results will be slower, of course, because this is brand new. It's totally brand new to you. You can't expect to start something like this and make $10,000 in the first month. You can. We do have students who have done that, but I wouldn't expect it. Okay? But generally, in your second or third month, that should be the case, $10,000. And we are confident with that as well. So if you want to join, links in the description to join our Telegram. Message me on Telegram if you have any questions. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Big week. I think this was the biggest week. Yeah, this was the biggest week ever. All it took was hiring a chatter, because you can see the inconsistencies. Just not chatting here, not chatting here, not chatting here. And then every day chatting there, as well as everyday content on Instagram, new subs coming in. It's all just working out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll post another one next week and give you guys an update.